Same program will be in this syllabus also. What do you mean by bubble search? Anyone? You tell me a few words. What do you mean by bubble search? Am I audible? Am I audible? Yes. Yeah. Bubble search is one of a searching technique. So I think last time we have done. I'll be explaining if you have any doubts. See, the only condition when we are using bubble sort is always my input should be in ascending order only. Always it should be turned in, and the output should be in ascending order. So I need how many variables I need? I need int I and then number of elements array, mid, low, I, key and found is equal to 0. This my input, n is number of elements, a of 10, maximum 10 elements, mid, low and I. Enter the number of elements, it will be stored in n, it's your 5. Enter the array elements in ascending order only. So I'll be entering using this loop. I'll enter 10, 20, 30 and 40 and 50. Enter the key element to be searched. So my key element is 50. My output should be key element found in the position 5. See, these are the index 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This will be a array index, sorry, positions. One, two, three, 4, 5. This is the index. This is the index and this will be a position. So whenever I tell 50 should print item found in the position 5. This is the code. Yeah, I'll initialize low is equal to 0 and I is equal to n minus 1. So n will be 5, 5 minus 1 is 4. These here elements. So this will be a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 and this will be the 0. So almost these are the index. Almost my low will be pointing to the 0 and I will be n minus 1. So n is 5, n minus 1 is 4. It will always be pointing here. Now this is your while loop. My condition will be always my low should be less than or equal to I. This I should never go beside this. It should always be less than or equal to low. This is the first condition. So yeah, what's your low? So yeah, your low is 0, I is 4. So for 0, it's your 0 minus 4, 0 is less than or equal to 4, true. True means it is at the loop. Here I have written if else if later I have used. So firstly I will be calculating your mid element. How will you calculate a mid element in anyone? I will be adding last and the first position divided by 2. That's your 0 plus 4 divided by 2. So mid index will be 2. That's your A of mid. Your A of mid will be 30. Your low, I and mid will be the index. So low is the 0 index, A is the 4th index. When you calculate mid, it will be A of 0 will be a middle element. Now I'll be comparing this middle element with a key element. That's your 50. I'll be comparing here. That your key is equal to A of mid. That's your 50. Whether your 50 is equal to 30. That's your A of mid. So it's false. It's not equal. If it is equal, it will execute this. If it is false, go to next. If your key element is greater than 30, greater than A of mid, that's your 50 is greater than A of mid. True or false? Tell me. 50 is greater than or equal to 30. It's true. True means this line will be executed. Your low will be mid plus 1. So what's your low? Your low is this one now. It will be low, mid plus 1 is 4. This should be my mid. See here? This will be your mid. Your mid and low is pointing to the, so they remove this. Now your low will be this one, your high will be this one. Sorry. PPT is not English. Wait a moment. This one, this one, this one, and this one. So it will be pointing to 3. Your low will be pointing to this 40. Again, after this, again go back. Repeat the same step. Now your low will be 3. Your high is 4. Calculate the mid. 3 plus 4 divided by 2 is 3 only. So my mid is also will be same. Mid and low are pointing to the same element. That's your now. What's your A of mid? A of mid will be 40. Will be 40. Compare this 40 with 50 again here. Instead of 30, I'll compare with 40. Again false. What is this? Again your 50 is greater than 40. True. Again low will be mid plus 1. Now again low will be mid plus 1 4. Now all the three low and high will be pointing to the same element 50. Which is your A of 4. Again loop back. Now 4 is less than or equal to 4. True. Now calculate your mid. Your mid will also be 4. All the three are pointing to the same element. And your A of mid will be 50. Now again compare. 50 is equal to 50. True. Now the condition become true. Your found will be is equal to 1. See here. Initially I had made found is equal to 0. Now when this is equal, the found will be 1. Break. Break means you will come out of the entire while loop. You come out of the entire while loop. So what is my mid value? My mid value will be 4. And your A of mid is 50. Now this condition is true, your found will become 1. Next, what to do? I need to print the position. How will you print the position? I have put one if condition. What's your found? 5 1 now. 1 is equal to 1. True. True means item found in the position percentage D mid plus 1. Your mid was 4. Your mid was 4. That's your 4 plus 1. It will be 5. So it will print item found in the position 1. See here? So this will be the output. This way the output will be presented. But it always it should be in a ascending order, the input what you give. So here I have given 30, it will print item position 50. If I give as 50, it will print as 5, as I told. This is how your binary search works. For example, if my item was 70, take the same example. If my item, if this was also false, go here. Now, so 70 means this is false. Again, 70 is greater than 50. True. True means your low will be added. So next time, what will be your low? Here. Your low will be equal to 4 plus 1, 5. And your I is still equal to 4 only. So 5 is less than or equal to 4. It's false. False means your while loop will not be executed at all. So if while loop is not executed, as I told, this found will one will never become 1. It will be 0 only. Wait a minute. Instruct. See, if it is 0, if your found is 0, 0 is equal to 0, false. False means it will print item not found. So if I give my key element as 50, it will be out of this boundary. So I told always my low should be less than I. If my low is greater than I, key item not found. Item not found, and it will print as item not found as it is here. Item not found will be printed. This is how your binary search works. We'll move to the next program. It's your bubble sort. For a moment, I'll wait. Now it's audible. Yes. Okay. So now I'll be explaining. So as you know, bubble sort is one of the sorting technique. So you can here I'll be sorting in ascending or descending order. So in this program we'll be sorting in ascending order, and I'll tell the only difference to change to descending order. So similarly, here I need 4 variables. I for a loop, n is the number of array elements, temp, and a of 10. Next, enter the array elements. I'll enter as n. Let's show 5. And enter the array elements. Randomly, I'll enter the elements using your this. Next, I'll print your unsorted array. Next, here, this is my number of elements, and this is the array elements. And this is your unsorted array. 16, sorry, this is your 10. Sorry, this is your 10. This is your unsorted array. Now, my output should, this is my input part. So my final output should be in ascending order. So my final output should be 8, 10, 15, sorry, 8, 12, 15, 20. This should be my final sorted array. This is my input, and this should be my output. So for this, I have to write a code. So I'll be taking 2 for loops. One is the I loop, number of passes, and one is the j loop to swap the numbers. So how I'll compare means, first I is equal to n minus 1. N minus 1 means n is 5 till 4. And here, every time my j loop, for this for loop, this will be the body of the loop. For this for loop, this will be the body of the loop. So if it is true, execute this thing. If it is false, skip this. Similarly, for this is the body of the loop. Here one more if condition I have put. So j is equal to 0. I'll start from here. Same thing. I'll start from here. J is equal to 0. So first understand this code. I'll tell j is equal to, I'll compare. If this 10 is greater than a of j plus 1, I'll be comparing these two elements, 10 and 8. If this is greater than this, swap. If it is not greater, don't swap. So if it is greater, I'll be swapping. So when I swap these two, I'll be getting, first time when you swap these two, you'll get as 8, 10, 15, 20, 12. So first time I'll be comparing these two. So next, so how will you swap? This code is very simple. Temp is equal to AFJ is equal to AFJ plus 1, AFJ plus 1 is equal to temp. Using these three, this 10 and has been swapped. Now next, increment your j value. If j was pointing here, it will be pointing now here. So j will be pointing to second element. Now compare these two, 10 and 15. Is your 10 greater than 15? True. True means what you will do? I'll again swap. Now it will be 8. If I swap that, it will be 15. So tell me, should I swap or not? Is this condition true or false? Yeah, it's a of j 10. False means what I should do? I'll not be swapping. Just I increment the j value. So your j value will be to 15. Now again compare. Is your 15 greater than 20? Now true or false? Now true. True means what do you do? 8, 10. Again it's true or false? False. Means I'm telling true, then no one is playing. Again it will be false. False means don't execute this. Again increment your J value. Your J value will be pointing to 20 now. Now see here. Is your 20 greater than 12? Yes. Now after these 4 iterations, this 2 will be true. True means I'll be comparing, I'll be swapping. Let's show 8, 10 will be as it is, 15 will be as it is. Now swap 12 and 20. So now I got swapped. So see here, my first pass is over. My first pass is over. My result of the first swap will be like this. So finally, my largest number in your array will be bubbled to the last. Now I take these 4 elements again. Again I'll be repeating the same thing. What happens when I repeat the same thing now? Second time, again your JS starts with this. Is 8 less than 10? True. True means no swapping. Is your 10 less than 15? True. Means no swapping. Again this is no swapping. So again in a second pass. Now again I increment this. Now check this. Is your 15? So once it is over, this will sorry. After the first iteration, I need to increment this to. Your I will be incremented to. First time it will be 0. Now it will be I value will be 2. Yeah, is equal to 1. So is equal to 1 means again it starts j is equal to 0. Now here I'll be having the number of comparisons. First time it was 4. Now it will become 3 comparisons. 1, 2 and 3. First comparison is true. Second one is so. First one is false. Second one is false. Third one is also false. Yes, 15 is greater than 12. False. False means what you should do? Again, what you should do? Here, this one will be swapped. So when you swap, it will be 8, 8, 10, 12, 15 and 20. Now again increment your I will become 2. I will become 2 again here. N minus I minus 1. 5 minus 2 minus 1 is? What is 5 minus 2 minus 1? 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Again just touch. So again you will swap here. Until this condition become false, you will be swapping. So now I got the sorted array. I got a sorted array. So again here, check this. It's 8 less than 10 true, 8 less than 12 true, 8 less than 15 true. So no more comparison. So this will be looping until my I value becomes 4. Once it becomes 5, 5 less than or equal to 4, true, false, will come out of the entire loop. Once you come out of the entire loop, so I got my sorted array. This is my output. See here? Now I'll print my sorted array and my input will be as it is. Output will be the sorted array. Understood? So if you understood, I'll show one more PPT of this. Wait for a while. I think everyone have understood the bubble sort. I'll show the pictorial representation of this bubble sort if you understood this. Understood this bubble sort? Yes or no? Wait, I'll show one more PPT with a pictorial representation. See, I'll show a different example. See here. So this is my input array. 77, 42, 35, 12, 1010 and 5. Why it's called bubble sort means the largest number will be bubbling to the back. So yeah, this will be my output. So what happens in my first step? See, move from front end. From this end I'll be, the largest value will be, I'll be using to the end. Now first I'll tell 77 is, I'll be comparing with 44. Is 77 greater than 44? True. True means what happens? I'll swap these two. I'll swap these two. Got it? Next, my J will be pointing here, 77 and 35 I'll be comparing. So again, it's true. Swap these two. Next, again compare 77 with 12. Again, it's true. Swap these two. Again, 77 is greater than 102. False. I'll not swap. I'll not swap these two because it's false. Next, 105 is, compare 105 with 5. It's true. Swap these two. So the largest value is placed in the correct place. Similarly, this is my first pass. That's why is equal to, here my n value is 6, your I value will begin with 0. So like this, I'll be repeating. Yeah, I'll be repeating until my all my largest value will be placed to the next. So this is how it will be passed. See here, it will repeat n minus 1 times. It will be repeated 5 times. So this is your first time. So second time I'll get this 77 here. Like this, 5 will be placed here. Similarly, 35 will be placed here, and your 12 will be placed here. N minus 1 times. My n was 6. 5 times. Understood? N minus 1 means number of elements minus 1 times it will be comparing. This is how your bubble sort works. See here? Direction of comparison. I'll be reducing. See, first time I compared. How many times you compared? See here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times you compared. Here, 5 times. 4 times you'll compare. 3 times you'll compare. 2 times you'll compare. This is how your comparison works. This is how your bubble sort works. Any doubts regarding your binary search or this one? Bubble sort. All these PPTs will be shared in your BGuard link. Got it? So wait, I'll show you attendance, today's attendance. So today, how many students present? 170. Okay. Today the strength is good. Only 10 students are absent. 170 students are present. Okay, let's wind up the class. Thank you. Yeah, notes also I'll be sharing. Notes also I'll be sharing. Everything I'll be sharing in your BGuard, as well as WhatsApp. Module 1 notes I'll be sharing. And by Monday I'll be sharing your assignment 1. I think next class will be on Saturday because Thursday is holiday. In the lab class also I'll be discussing. I think by this next week, module 1 I'll be completing and I'll go through the assignment questions of your module 1. If you have any doubts, you can message or call me or Anil sir, anyone. Thank you.